Fandoms Anonymous.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Fandoms Anonymous. This is your man Malcolm here. We're here today to talk about something near and dear to my heart. Now, we just saw the release of Tra-la-la, Captain Underpants in the movie theaters not too long ago. And I wanted to talk about some other childhood books that I loved when I was growing up. Not only did I read Captain Underpants, but there are some other books that I read that I thought were amazing. And now that we've seen them actually put Captain Underpants out, my mind tells me, let's do some other books. Let's go back, let's get some other children's books on screen. Let's get some good books out there. There are a lot of good books out there. So I'm just going to focus on two books that I love. One of the first ones I'm going to talk about is The Boxcar Children. Now, I had to make sure I got everybody's name right, so we got the Fandoms Anonymous tablet here to help us out. So, The Boxcar Children is a book about four orphans, Henry, Jesse, Violet, and Benny. There's two boys, two girls. They're four orphans, and they've fixed up a house out of a boxcar, and they all looked out for each other. These children were the epitome of the Hunger Games. These kids, they looked out for each other. You got the oldest, which was Henry. Then you got Jesse was the second child. Violet was the third child. Benny was the little boy. And Henry took care of his brothers and sisters. Jesse gave that motherly role to the youngest. Violet helped out her big brother and big sister and look after Benny. And Benny was just there always hanging along, whatever they needed him to do. They took care of each other. It was a close-knit family. Now, they were orphans, and it never said why they were orphans. It never got to how they became orphans. I don't remember that. If it did, I don't remember. But it was an amazing book. And they end up finding their grandfather, or their grandfather found them, and they found out their grandfather was very, very wealthy. And he had money. Now, this is an old book. My sister even read this book growing up, but it was, of course, books over the years will reproduce with new covers and new illustration and things of that nature. And they found their grandfather, and they end up getting to know their grandfather, and end up living with their grandfather. And then they started going on different mysteries and going and finding out different things. And each book after that, they were these four kids. They were smart, and they would go and like almost like a Scooby-Doo type situation, but not looking for ghosts and stuff like that, but just little in-town mysteries, like, you know, a Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew type thing. Y'all can remember when Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys used to collab together? I thought that was cool back in the day, but it would make a great movie. I was just talking to my sister not too long ago, and the thing about it is, like I was telling her, it doesn't need to be a 3, 4, 5-part movie. It doesn't need to be anything like that. It can go straight to Netflix. Or it can go straight to Hulu. It can go to a streaming service. Or you can make a feature-length movie out of it, live adaptation, and just try to bring in the story of them being orphans, their grandfather finding them, living with their grandfather, let them go on 1 or 2 mysteries or something of that nature. So I think it would be great, because The Boxcar Children was a good book. Really good book. Really good book. Another book that was amazing, and you're probably going to ask, why do you have that book? Now, at one time, my niece used to live with me, and I used to get her and take her to the library and get her to read a lot of the books that I read when I was growing up, including like The Boxcar Children and the good old Magic Tree House. Now, who remembers the Magic Tree House? I remember the Magic Tree House. I used to read the Magic Tree House. There are so many of them. This is just number 37. Now, this book is still here because we never took it back to the library. And they still want $20 from me, or the books back, or I take the books back and give them $20, or I just keep the books and still give them $20. I think I'm going to save this $20 for a while. It'll be a minute before I go pay the $20. Because if I eventually want to go rent something from the library, I got to pay this $20 fine. And she no longer lives with me. And she moved. And she left me with these books and this $20 fine. I'm going to send her a text message and let her know to split this 50-50. Because this, like I say, this book was great. You got these two kids, Jack and Annie. Jack and Annie go into this treehouse and they go on freaking adventures. They go on these great adventures. Like this book, Dragon of the Red Dawn. They go to freaking China. They go on an adventure to China to buy something with a dragon. Now, I may actually sit here and read this. because I love the Magic Treehouse. And just think about it. What could you do with that movie? Two kids, live action, Magic Treehouse, let them go on a couple of adventures, or you could do this a straight to DVD. I'll buy it. You can do this on Netflix. You can do this on Hulu or on a small streaming service. And just think of these two kids getting this treehouse, traveling all around the world and traveling to different mystical lands and doing different stuff. You can't beat it. It would be a great book. It would be a great movie. So, Boxcar Children, Magic Treehouse. I want to see it in theaters. I hope you do as well. But guys, if you don't know who we are, we're Fandoms Anonymous. That's FANDOMS We're all over social media. We're all right here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for future videos. Also, head over there to Facebook and join our Facebook group for future discussions. Also, hit the like on the Facebook fan page. We're trying to boost up the Facebook fan page, so hit that like button for us. And don't forget to go over there to Instagram, where we're at Fandoms_Anonymous17, and over there on Twitter, where we're at Anonymous_Fan17. Got a lot of stuff coming up on the Fandoms Anonymous YouTube channel. Check out our previous content below. We're kind of behind on this week's episode of Fandom Talk. Got a little scheduling issues, but we're definitely going to get a good episode out to you coming soon. And don't forget to just stay tuned for more, because Fandoms Anonymous is going to the top. Shout out to my man Kevin Garlington over there at Hubster Photography over in the Bay Area. Shout out to my man Jeremy Branch from B-Terror Productions in Pensacola, Florida. Shout out to the Vice President Whitney Moore. That's my home team down in Mobile, Alabama. Got some great stuff coming up from that guy as well. And don't forget my man Chad Lightenberger at QuestCon. QuestCon is coming to Mobile this fall on October. Fandoms Anonymous will be in full force at QuestCon, so just be on the lookout for us there. But guys, as I always say, if there is anything else, thanks for watching and have a good one. I'm gonna go outside and build me a Magic Treehouse and a boxcar. I'm gonna be a child.